And I didn't die in this mission. First time for everything.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah,
I died
right.
from a fuel rod grunt. It was awful.
Oh.
And you didn't do anything about it.
I killed a couple grunts. I don't know if they had a
Maybe. I
fuel
mean,
rod.
it wasn't good enough, though. I died, so.
Our duty is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
Welcome, Spartans, to Mission Debrief's 20 for 20. We've played every Halo mission, and now we're going to rank the 20 best from the 20th anniversary of the franchise. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by Matt Salvatore.
How we doing?
And Krysta Brown.
I really like needle rifles.
They're nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
deadly.
good at headshots.
This episode, we're playing New Alexandria, which is the 17th mission on our list and the 8th mission from Halo Reach. Last time we played through Exodus from Halo Reach, so please check that out if you missed it. For the full list of 20, check out our website, halopodcast.com/20 for 20. While you're there, check out all the goodies we have on the website, including our shows, lore pages, articles, merch, and more. If you enjoy this series, let us know your thoughts by commenting on the video, giving us a like, or subscribing to the video, subscribing to the channel, that is. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. All right, here we go. One more down. Uh-oh. We lose another one.
Another one bites the dust. You shouldn't drink during a podcast anyway. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. All right, so I'll put the Cheetos away.
Oh God! Please don't be touching your controller while eating those.
Oh no, that's sacrilege. Like I couldn't.
Have you
couldn't do
seen
it.
Have you seen people who use like chopsticks to pick up the Cheetos?
At that
No.
point, I wouldn't even eat.
It's brilliant. I would do that. I mean, if you get the really poofy ones, it's really easy to pick them up with chopsticks.
I can see the lines on the screen.
Oh yeah, it's just this. Yeah. The helmet's the best
goofy
shit
helmet.
ever. It's the best. I'm just gonna scooch this down. I'm gonna scooch this up a little bit so I can see more of the levels.
Alright.
What a
So
happy
sad.
city! Oh,
She's so alone.
but I have a wonderful helmet, and that's
Exactly.
what makes the difference.
It's like
Oh,
your,
hey.
your Wilson helmet. It's actually your friend's.
Yeah. It's my Mr. Helmet.
Mr. Helmet.
Mr. Helmet.
Hey, is Buck in this one, or is that a previous?
Yeah, he is. He makes
Yeah.
a cameo. But
Yeah.
it's only in some certain, like, missions you get. Because, like, when you start this level, you don't get the same shit. Like, you do the hospital, you do the nightclub, and then you do the tower. But I think everything other than that is, you know, it's kind of up in the air. They just roll a die and tell you what to do.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Your report will have to wait, Lieutenant.
George is dead.
Covenant are jamming all comms.
That's the
Oh,
report.
yeah.
I need your help running a counter op.
Do they know that yet?
I mean, they probably do now.
It's good to have you back.
Well, I think at
Sorry,
that time
I
they
came
thought
alone.
6 was dead too. No, yeah, because in the
Wow.
There we
previous
go.
mission,
Sorry, came alone. Make him proud.
Yeah.
There we go.
This
in
is
the
a
previous
great
mission, in the previous mission, Kat asks and he goes, "No, just me." She goes,
Put
"Copy."
your wings back on, Lieutenant.
Mm.
We're flying this Falcon.
This one has the
Goodness.
grenade launchers.
Covenant
Ooh.
have deployed comm jammers.
Oh,
in
you're
high-rises
flying
across
your
the
own.
city.
All right.
Of
When
course
our
I
fire
am.
hit
I don't
hard.
share.
Alright, let's see.
We don't only fly in space. We
We
get to
fly in a
up
city.
That's right.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What's up with flying in a city?
Stand by, Smith.
Well,
Okay,
One
for
of our
some
troopers
reason I
squad
cannot
went
take
fast
off.
to the
I-
It's a trigger. It's
I
trigger.
marked the location. Complete their mission and take out the jammer.
It's
There we
left
go.
trigger to go up, and then you just have to
Okay.
like.
I have not played. I think I may have played a couple of missions
That's not good.
on MCC.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, that building just.
It's okay. I went back and played Halo 3, and I could not figure out how to go up and down with the Hornet, because it's not bumper and bumper,
Yes.
it's like bumper and A, and I was so
I
confused.
always get confused about it. Like, never once do I ever not have a moment where I'm like, how do I take off this thing?
The
That's why
hospital-
Banshees are so easy.
Yeah, that's why I love the Banshee.
So, Krista, what were you saying is randomized? The order here? Is randomized?
Yeah, some of the order is randomized. Some of the missions themselves, because there's like little mini missions in between these big ones. Like this is the hospital. The hospital is always a thing. But like some of them are like, you know, defeat engineers or save the ODSTs or something like that. And those ones are randomized. They're not always. You don't always get the same ones, which means we may or may not have the cameo from.
Oh,
Fuck.
point.
From the
Nathan Fillion, he's so handsome.
Yeah, the TDK.
I killed the engineer. You guys don't get shields anymore. Thank you.
Oh, how could you? They're prisoners.
Bad.
Well, I mean, we don't know that yet technically, so.
They love it.
Yeah, the engineers.
Oh,
Well,
right.
I would say even kind of the grunts are prisoners too, right?
They
Like
kind of
the
are.
Ungoy rebellion didn't go the way they were hoping.
No, it never ever went the way they were hoping.
They make the best of it. Just die a lot.
They just let all of their race go extinct, but they make babies like crazy, so I mean.
Covenant rabbits.
The Covenant rabbits. Jeez.
Well, if you remember, I think it was, God, which one? It wasn't Cole Protocol, it was, oh, maybe it was the Cole Protocol, where there was literally a planet full of, like, grunts that had overpopulated
Oh,
and
yeah.
overrun the planet because one elite's like, I'm gonna take over the world with grunts. It's like, wow, that's a good idea. You have good ideas.
Yeah, but then like if you take over the world with grunts, you're just stuck with grunts, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, they're not very good company at all.
I would, you know.
Plus they breathe methane, so that helps.
Yeah, they breathe
There's that,
farts.
yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Smells like farts.
Jeez,
I
imagine
thought
what
that
they
was
do to
sulfur.
their ozone.
Their ozone must be just farts. I mean,
Yeah, they must really love cows then.
they must. They must. I mean, if they just stand by a cow's rear side, they could breathe for, you know, quite a while.
See, that's what I love about Mission Debrief. We get to the really like hard-hitting questions
what
about
if.
what goes on in the Halo.
Could a
universe.
grunt live behind a cow? And for how long?
Thanks for the assist.
Yep.
Too good.
Well, when 343 launches their what if, like
Yeah.
Marvel will have
Yeah.
like what if a grunt.
So, a fun part about the hospital is if you're doing a lasso, you can actually get a Banshee in
As
here.
soon as you can, and
Yes, so you can get a Banshee all the way down here, and you just, like, press that button, and then you just fly to the other side of the room. And then you just run up. It's
Where do you
amazing.
steal from?
You can steal Banshees from midair. You have to do it midair.
Oh, okay. So you have to
So-
hop out of the falcon.
Yeah, you have to, or you get on one of the taller buildings and you lure them over there, and then you just hit them with a plasma rifle or plasma pistol. And then
Yep,
you just
I
steal
totally
Banshees.
fail at that. But okay.
I know I'm an expert though. You know.
If you have the grapple shot, you could probably do it.
That doesn't work here because we don't have it. And also, if we did have grapple shot, then a plasma pistol would not take down a Banshee. No EMP.
Oh, that's right, because... Oh, yeah, everyone was pissed about that. I heard that.
I don't know why. I think it's fine. The shock rifle's way cooler anyway. It makes more sense. The EMP still
That's
works
true.
on shields, so your legendary runs are perfectly fine. But now you have grenades and you have a gun to take down vehicles.
Mm.
The shock
So how
grenades are
does it
cool.
feel? How does it feel coming off of playing Infinite and then just coming and playing Reach?
The aiming's a little different, definitely. I had the field of vision up a lot higher for Infinite, so my field of vision feels kind of wonky here.
Mm.
Because they gave me the choice to do that, and I've completely abused it.
Mm.
Matt, you want to move your controller away from the mic a little bit?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You can hear my fan. Here, I'll just turn the mic down a little bit. There we go.
Everything is on fire. Things are not really
It's
looking
like
good,
a...
huh?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no. What's
Wait, that's a bad.
happening?
That's a bad.
That's do you think we'll be okay? Do you think those people are okay?
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone's having a nice party.
It was a health ray. It was just healing everybody.
Oh, that's so nice
yeah.
of them. Oh my gosh. They should come over to the hospital and do that. I just
Yeah,
killed a
they
ton
should.
of people.
Look at the next stop.
That's the next stop, yeah. The Covenant, always so helpful.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
They're such nice people. Aliens.
This mission's way bigger than ODST, our Banshee mission, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
the-
this is
the
huge. This is the whole
size of
thing.
this. Area.
There's a lot of Easter eggs too. They're super fun. Like there's one where you can like drive a pelican or a phantom and stuff like that. It's great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that one's really tough to get. One of the buildings has a little outcropping, and you have to like have someone on top of the Falcon and have them press the button. But you have to do it very slowly because obviously you have to carry them all the way to that outcropping on that building.
Oh, sure.
I think we got the Buck mission. We're defending. I think this is him, right?
It might be. He hasn't said anything yet, though. Sometimes he
Just
just
like
comes
you,
out of a
Alexandria.
building. Yeah. Yeah.
Krista, if you wanna fuck around and reach, is this the mission you?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, this one's really fun. So that building with the big hole in it is a portal. If you go through it after pressing that button, you can play. It basically takes down the barriers of the map, and you get to be a pelican if you fly through with a falcon, or you get to be a phantom if you fly through with a banshee.
Oh,
And then you can just
Dang.
fly all the way out there and just fuck around. It's great.
no way.
Yeah, it's fun. And then of course you have like the nightclub glitch that you can do where you press a
Yeah.
button and it makes it into the nightclub. There's so
Can
much
we-
stuff.
Can we do that one for the viewers? Or is
It's
it-
by the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that is Buck. Alright, let's
Yeah.
kill him.
Oh, that's right. You still got your
No
PTSD
ODST.
from Buck. Yep.
I want Halo 4 to come sooner.
Engage multiple enemies. 4 Charlie 27 to command. Request immediate assistance.
Go ahead,
Good
27.
You're at the
old-
Byron Telecom.
Do we have
Okay.
another Reach mission after? Sorry.
No, this is
Did
the
we have
last
another?
one.
This is the last reach mission.
Okay,
We're on Halo
so
4.
this one
Last
is
Halo game.
this is
Go get those
telecom
people
Oh.
tower.
stuck.
So this one is
Yeah.
the nightclub, I think. Yeah, it's the nightclub. So if we want to do the glitch, we have to do it now.
Do it.
Okay, I'll try to remember where it is. It's somewhere in the hospital. This is the bugger place that we'll go after. Alright, let's go back to the hospital.
If there is one Halo game that just makes you hate the thing Healy, it's Reach.
Yeah.
Because they're like, the way they treat the brutes, the way they treat humanity, it's like, yeah,
That's a good point.
you deserve what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, whenever like you feel bad, I feel bad for them in Halo 2. I'm like, they got betrayed. And then I play Reach. I'm like, yeah, good, good.
Right.
I don't care.
Bastards.
Yeah, they killed George.
Okay, it's one of
Well,
these
George
buildings
killed George.
over
That's true.
here.
But it's just, it's a good way to, like, they're ruthless and which is
For
why always said that they should have included Thelvadam in Reach. You
That
should have
was-
seen him.
He would have been Thelvadami at that time.
Yeah. Oh, Thelvadam. Yeah. The Fleet Admiral.
Mhm.
I think he should have killed Noble Six. I think that would have made some good
Oh, that'd
story
been kinda
elements.
Well, there were a lot of theories saying that he did kill Noble Six because he was wielding the energy sword in the opposite hand that elites usually wield it, and
right.
that's how he
Right,
does
yep.
it.
Because he's left-handed or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, you watch well, he's watching over it.
I used to be
Right.
so good at finding this spot. It's a spot with like a tree, like a pine tree onto the side of one of the buildings. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe it's lower. I don't want to go too low, I'll die.
How low can you go?
Not very low, let me tell you. You think you can go pretty low, but you really can't.
It's actually pretty hard to get low.
This mission does not have good knees. It cannot go low.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. I might have to look it up if we want to do it.
Nah, that's right. It's no big deal.
I'm sure
It
I'm like right
exists.
by it and everyone's really angry at me.
Right.
Yeah. It's right there. Come on, man.
I'm trying.
Oh, man, they really come at you if you're not following the objective.
Yeah, they get mad at you.
They're like, follow the objective.
I swear to God, it was like right down here.
Ow, ow, ow. Stop shooting me. Stop
Oh.
shooting me.
It is right down here.
You find it?
Yeah.
Hey. All right. So
It's
Matt,
this button
gonna-
right here.
Gonna come party?
It's a party.
Sure.
Alright, wait for me. Don't go in yet. Alright, so if you want to know where it is, here it is.
So you hit the button and then
You
you
hit
go
the
all the way back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can hit the button is there the entire time in the map, so as long as you do it before you go to Telecom Tower. Oh, wait.
Did you already hit it?
1 second.
So
My
random.
my Elgato has stopped recording the audio.
No.
That's fine. There hasn't been anything going on, but let me just re-up it. Alright, we're good.
Right. Back in action.
Back in action. This never happens when I stream, or very rarely does it happen when I stream. It's only you guys. I don't know what the
The
fuck is wrong
universe
with
is
you
telling me
guys.
something.
The universe
I
is
love
telling
this
us to
Falcon.
Stay away from those guys.
stop it. Don't do this anymore. The laptop
Don't
can't
do
handle
it.
it. Stop it. The Skype.
Get to the Falcon.
If we ever just completely get rid of Skype off of our Halo podcasts, I'm deleting it off my computer. I think it takes
Forever.
up too much space. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This looks like a party.
Yeah, it's a nice party.
Come on in, Matt. Drinks are on, Krysta.
I didn't bring. I left my wallet on that part of the city that's been glassed, so I don't know.
That's okay. I'm a lightweight.
Look at
The
they
best
all
part-
dancing.
Best
Love
part
it.
about this glitch is half the enemies are gone now, like the hunters and stuff.
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't
shit.
have to fight the hunters.
Did you shoot at all?
I didn't shoot anybody.
Oh man, they aggroed for some reason. Usually you're good. But yeah, when you aggro them, it does the record scratch. It usually only does that once you hit the objective or kill someone. But we just hit that.
So you can just waltz in, hit the button, and leave.
Once you hit the button, everything aggroes on you, so
Oh, okay.
you can't really, but it's way easier because it's the hunters, there are usually like 4 hunters in this area that just do not spawn anymore once you hit that button. So, I mean, if
instead
you're
they do-
doing a, like a legendary run or a lasso run, it's very beneficial, because now you only have to deal with brutes and grunts. Albeit grunts with fuel rod cannons,
Yeah.
which is annoying.
Super.
But yeah, they're, we didn't get to see them, but at the bars, there are brutes with, that are like washing the table with a rag, and it's really
Oh,
funny.
bus
That's
boy
very
Bruce.
good.
Yeah. Well, he's like the bartender, and he's just like wiping down the bar for the next guest. It's just really funny. They did a very good job. It's such a fun little Easter egg.
It's an Easter egg, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you'd want to go tell your bartender, talk to him as it's the end of the world.
Yeah, be like, hey man, weird
One
what's
last
going on
drink.
outside. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, man,
I
there's
want
a
I want
right?
your top shelf shit.
Yeah, right?
Do I really need to pay you, or can we just, you know?
Put on my tab.
Yeah, put it on my tab. It's fine.
I'll get you in tomorrow.
Okay, this one's another like little mini mission. So we should do this one, and then we'll go to the bugger area. Boogers, where the jammers, the jamming boogers.
How could they be jamming at the
Whoa!
Yeah, that's not good. That's what I call a bad situation.
That might have been a bad one. Yeah. At least they're healing people.
No, it looks like that area is on fire, actually. What's up with that?
Maybe they like
Healing
maybe
beams
it's been
usually
cold.
don't cause fire. It's so cool looking now. I love it. But right now, what? I killed the Banshee. Oh, okay. The Pelican has to go pick it up. They won't be able to pick anyone up if I kill them all.
Hey, look, a pelican. And it's in the
Considering-
air.
Oh my god, it's not crashed
Oh,
yet.
Yeah.
Don't get in
Oh.
that. It's a trap.
What are you It's a trap.
Considering playing this game and just knowing how decimated Reach was, it is amazing that humanity decided to take it back, or took it back. I mean, I guess it was a tactical plan. I mean, there's probably a lot of stuff here that wasn't touched, but a lot of it was gone. A lot of it was destroyed.
Well,
kinda
and
feel
when
like
when the
after-
Covenant glass a planet, they don't glass every single inch of a planet. They glass the major cities.
Found the
Yeah.
jammer, but we're getting
Right.
And
Request immediate assistance. Synovia Center is off.
And it's a little different. It's not quite
still
like
with me,
a
One-Niner?
atomic bomb either,
Delta 19.
where it's unlivable, is it?
Those troopers if you
I
know?
mean, they do
Protect Jammer
scorch
offline.
the atmosphere in many ways, and, you know, plant life can't really regrow very quickly around those areas.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody knows the answer to that.
It's not very
different.
good for the environment and global warming.
I think it's different, but I think it's probably worse
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
than an A-bomb.
Well, I guess, does plasma irradiate anything? I don't think it does, so...
Well, it depends on, it depends on what they're using.
I don't think
would've-
none of the Halo like lore has said anything about irradiated planets. It's just, you know, the ground is completely melted.
Right.
Yeah. Which is, I'm sure not a really good thing to...
Yeah, right, kind of sense.
Yeah, I mean,
And you know, it releases a bunch of fucking like toxins and stuff into the atmosphere.
Right.
But there have been a lot of stories where people have gone back to glassed planets years afterwards, and it's not been ideal. Can you stop, please? It's not been ideal, but they've been able to walk around and breathe. I mean, like Meridian from Halo 5.
Yeah, Meridian. Yep.
Reach from Shadows of Reach. That was all glassy. Alright, so the strategy with this is we're just going to run to the jammer, and then we are going to run right back out. Where
Okay.
are you? You're a little bit behind me. I don't see you.
I'm in the second elevator.
I know. Hi! Alright. Of course, this is the
love the
multiplayer
webcam.
map. Yeah, I know, it's nice. What is that, cherry? No, that's not
Fancy.
cherry. Alright, so once you hit this button, the buggers spawn, but if you run back to the elevator quick enough, you can pretty much avoid the entire interaction. You ready?
Run!
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 Get to the
There is like a
chopper!
marine that shouts about how he's gonna die, but we're
Oh,
gonna
no.
skip him. Run! And that's how you do this. That's how you do this.
Well done.
We're going like, this is like the fast way to do it. I mean, if you can spend your time in there and it's quite fun, but That's my
Buggers are
that's been
easy.
my strategy for years now because I just can't be bothered to sit and kill fucking buggers.
Yeah.
I hate buggers.
I know, that's why we skipped that
Noble
part.
leader.
We're just like,
Jammers
Yeah.
are down.
no, we're not playing your game.
New orders.
That's a nice little hologram of an Amber Cloud class.
They confirm.
Confirm Oni Tower evac.
Uh-oh.
Or like a ship that looks like an Amber
Copies are
Cloud.
hitting the HQ in force. They must
Oh.
interrupt my signal.
It's cats yelling.
Roger that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Cover our evac Pelican.
We need
Ominous.
the. Oh no, another evac pelican.
Oh,
Great.
Cat's pissed.
Cat's always fucking pissed. She's so pissed she drives you right off cliffs. That's how angry she is.
Yep.
It takes a special kind of anger to do something like that.
Yeah.
Command, this is
Seen that a
Whiskey
couple of
5.
times.
Whiskey 3-5. That's what I'm gonna call my.
Oni Tower. Making life pretty tough
Mine's
on
gonna
our
be
evac
tequila,
crews.
actually.
There you go.
Noble 6, take out those heavy shades.
Tequila.
Tequila.
Patron. Zay.
Another shade turret down.
Port. That could be. We could go with the wines.
Port, right? Yeah.
Nice port.
I'd go with Scotch. Scotch.
Oh, ouzo. If you don't know what ouzo is, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Old fashioned.
3-5 is clear to proceed with evac.
Copy, command. Much obliged.
Guess you guys can tell we're recording in the evening.
Neutralize
It's
the
happy hour.
shades for our evac
Whiskey
crews.
straight up.
It's
you
happy
know.
hour.
Whiskey 3-6, proceed
Please
with
stop
evac.
shooting at me.
Oh.
I'm dying. Okay, thanks.
Are there any other Falcons
Whiskey
scattered about just
3-7,
in
we may
case?
proceed.
Wanna-
Yeah, so if you end up blowing up your Falcon and you're stranded, you can literally press a button and they'll send you another one.
Noble 6, you are one
Does
Oh,
it spawn
so
or
it's
does
like
it
Uber.
fly over?
I'm
Yeah.
extending the landing pad now.
Alright,
Come on,
she's
Lieutenant.
extending the landing.
Does it spawn, Krysta, or does it fly over to you?
Oh, it just spawns. Well, it spawns in and then it flies over to you.
Gotcha.
So like you know it's spawning there in the distance, but you know they make it look convincing.
Yeah.
Oh, good. This
Well,
is
that was
where the
easy.
nice things happen.
Is that glass broken for a reason?
Look at this place. Used to be the crown jewel. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Hey,
Fistful
you
of
made
heroes.
It's a regular family reunion.
Regular family reunion.
I gave him to you. I'll honor him.
Well,
my
there
own
was
way.
no one else to give
it. George
them to.
always
What?
said he would never leave Reach.
The big man was sentimental.
He gave his life thinking he.
I like this kind of like makeshift wake they
so
have for him.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of chatting about him for a minute.
Sir,
I always thought that was
that
cool.
true about Gauntlet Red and Echo teams assigned to civilian evac
Remember
ops?
the good
Those are
times.
senior level communications.
Remember when her
I do
friend
what's
was
out here.
alive? Wow,
Point is
those
wiped
were
with
the
Spartans on
days.
defensive deployment.
Remember when
With
Cat
that
had an
link to
arm?
SATCOM.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Chasing
remember that. We haven't
These
seen her without.
Shrapnel in it and transceiver.
We did. That live action.
You don't
Oh,
answer my
yeah.
question.
You want to know if
Yep.
we're losing?
Yeah.
I know we're losing. I want to
That's
know
when
if
the
we've
first
lost.
Noble 6 went kaput.
I love that line.
I don't know,
I know
Holland
we're losing. I
hailing
want to
us.
know if we've
What's
lost.
he doing on an
Yeah,
open
there's a lot of
Here.
good lines from this.
Southwest
Carter has looked better, let me say. The face animation isn't growing on me.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not getting any better with
aging.
time.
How long?
It
for
used to
this
look
to be
amazing. I remember when I was like,
spent?
wow.
Covenant trace it to us.
Right.
Good.
It's top of the line.
Priority and hail. You are acknowledge immediately.
Keep it brief.
Carter here.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
is how they discovered the location.
We got movement. Multiple Covenant vehicles
Covenant?
vacating the area. And they're in a hurry.
Yes.
Through the
How
tops.
often you see
Yeah.
Covenant
Yeah.
retreat for no reason?
So this is how they trace it back to them.
Radiation flare. Big.
Man,
40
who would have
million
thought
wound
the
guns.
Cubbies were so
Just
tech
lost
savvy?
Holland. What's going on?
Atomic excitement scrambled the signal.
They
90
know what they're
million.
doing.
Source?
Airborne. Close.
How close?
That close. Emil looks like he just woke up. Oh, shoot, what's going on?
I look amazing.
Passing.
I look very
I love it.
worried.
Emil's
Knows
got
where
this
I'm on.
awesome skull
Our
etched
best
into his,
option
and
is
you're
a
just like,
fallout bunker
no,
on
it's just like,
sub-level
oh,
2.
I can do that.
I drew
got
this
Street is
myself.
northeast.
Right.
We get orders from Holland, sir.
We're being deployed to Sword Base,
Sword? Covenant own it now.
which is why they want us for a torch and burn op. Keep Dr. Halsey's excavation data from falling.
Alright, here we
we
go.
go.
We're gonna
Already.
save the day. Here,
Maybe.
look how
According to
happy I
Holland,
am.
The Covenant are still hunting for something.
Does he get off calling a demolition
Oh.
Oh.
What a
Man.
bastard.
That's a cool shot, though.
It's so good of the,
Phantom.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
Is that even possible?
What?
Getting a spike through the helmet? Doesn't your
Their
shield
shields were
activate?
down. Their shields were down because of the explosion.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
This is, if you see on the screen, there's a bunch of, like, extra dialogue that didn't make it in, but they didn't take out the, subtitles.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Shh, I'm here. It's okay.
Wow, this looks... Wow, look at... They finally finished the road construction, guys!
Thank goodness. They've been doing that for years.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
thank god. We don't have to deal with that anymore. The traffic was horrible. I think traffic's gonna be a lot better now.
Luxury lanes.
Oh, it is fucking grim, though.
I love this shot. This shot is so iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been glassed. Oh, it's giving me chills.
Lady back.
Hmm.
Boy, that's heavy.
What a happy
It is.
mission! Yeah.
It's a happy game, really.
It's so happy.
really is.
I
It
love
really
how I like how they decided to like kind of lighten up the intensity. It's really good. I beat the par score, by the way.
Yeah.
I got
We're getting all your chivos.
Yeah. All it took was actually playing with other people instead of playing all by myself.
All right. Well, let's talk about this with other people. Here we go.
Perfect.
Okay, we were flying around Falcons. We were at dance parties. We ran from buggers. We said hello to Buck. We did a lot of stuff in
It's
this
been a wacky Tuesday night.
That's right. Krysta, take us through the gameplay on this one.
Sure. I like the dynamic of you don't actually get to walk around on the ground in this. Like, there's not, like, you can't land on, like, you know, wherever. You're always in the sky getting from place to place, and you're just going from skyscraper to skyscraper. Which, one, makes the city look very impressive, because there's an entire, like, every single building has a helipad. You can tell that, you know, technology's changed, where air travel is another means of transportation in this city. So it makes the city look enormous and very grandiose. And it also is a cool way of getting from place to place. You know, I mean, most missions you're walking from place to place, but this one we're flying. They really changed it up.
Yeah.
And then every mission is a little different. I like how they announce it where they're like, oh, you know, you're going to the blah, blah, blah hospital. You're going to Telecom Tower. Or you're, you know. So they give you a brief background on where you're going. And then you kind of get to go in and be like, oh, this is a nightclub. Wow.
And there's good variety. Like, so Matt, maybe talk about weapon variety and encounter variety, things like that. Did you feel like there was enough?
No, I feel like there's quite a few little things that they throw in there that makes you switch up the gameplay. Like, I think, for one, I mean, obviously we did the glitch that gets rid of the hunters, but with the hunters, you have a pretty wide swath of Covenant forces here. You got buggards, hunters, grunts, brutes, elites. You know, you have pretty much the whole 9 yards of the Covenant forces. So it's good to see that they use that, because, like, again, that always changes up how you fight, what weapons you use, how you encounter different enemies. And I like that they gave you, like, it's nice to see that when you encounter hunters, they give you the tools and the weapons to fight them. If you're clever enough to search them out. I enjoy that. I do like that, you know, we alternate from flying to land, you know, to like landing and doing certain things inside. I like that kind of dynamic of, it really kind of feels like you're just, you know, getting your house in order as you're bailing out, you know, like, oh, I got to stop here and pick this up. Got to stop here, do this. And then we got to get out of here. And I think it kind of lends to the urgency of it. So I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a fun one to watch. With just the Falcon flying around, just it you know, changes it up a lot, and it makes that more interesting. for sure, from a viewer standpoint. It didn't look like I mean, this is probably more of a challenge thing, but it didn't look like you guys had too much of a difficult time going through it. So as we think about gameplay, you know, Krysta, you had an enjoyable experience, right? You enjoyed your time.
Always.
Was there enough in the mission itself to set it apart?
Oh,
Like, are we in another 8 zone type mission, or does it rise above that?
I would go 9. So it only looked like we did this very quickly because we know the pattern and we know where we're going.
Yeah.
You know, when you first play this mission, you have to look around for the waypoints. You obviously don't know exactly where you're going, so you can't head in that direction. And you know, you're busy looking at the buildings and exploring a little more. Like, I'm not sure about you, Matt, but I've done this mission like a million times. So
Yeah,
it's almost memorized at this point. So
yeah,
we get through it fairly quicker than a normal player would, but
that's true.
I think the gameplay is still solid, and if you do take your time with this mission, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like that you can go fast in this mission and you can take your time. Like, it's not, you know, it's optional if you want to go through it fast like we did, or if you want to just kind of, you know, be, you know, immersed in this mission, which is cool. You know, I think that the option of that is kind of nice.
Yeah. Okay, well, so Krysta's starting us at a 9. How do you feel about that, Matt?
Yeah, no, I think this mission's solid. I think it deserves a 9. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys had the sticks, so I'm not going to argue. Let's give it a 9. All right. So level design. I mean, this mission, it's actually kind of hard to break apart into all of these categories for me right now. Like, I'm kind of jumbling everything together because I want to talk about the level design, and then I want to talk about the story, because the level design and story are very mashed together, and the gameplay's like everything's mashed together. It's not very easy to pull everything apart, but we'll do our best. So from a level design standpoint, you know, you have, you know, obviously the different places that you need to go within the Falcon, but then when you get there, the encounter, or I guess the map itself within, that felt interesting to me and felt diverse to me. And I was enjoying the interior design of these, you know, office buildings. I thought they did a pretty good job with that. And then the skybox is amazing. So level design wise, Matt, anything to call out?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that it really kind of mashes all together, because I think the level design adds so much to the story. I think it really does sell you that Reach is pretty much toast at this point. I think what's really cool about this is that, especially with the mission that came before, you also get this look more on the Covenant aren't just attacking military targets. You actually see them hitting a civilian area. So you see buildings and skyscrapers and stuff being toppled. And that kind of feels a little more personal than seeing like a military base blow up, something, you know, a little closer to home. So I think it does a great job of showing you that this is kind of like, you know, the burning cities are kind of the end of our stay on Reach, and it's kind of more of like we're going. So I think it adds to the story. I think it looks beautiful. I love the skybox. You can see, like, you know, the Covenant glassing areas in the background. I like that it's at night. I think that's a good choice. I like the fog that they chose. I think that's kind of a nice something that like in a real sense, you wouldn't fly your Falcon into an area you couldn't see, especially a city that's completely destroyed. So you don't know what you're flying through. So it would make sense that they would fly above it. So I like that from that point. And obviously, you know, you can't go down there anyway. But I think it lends to the story and the gameplay very well.
Krysta, what keeps this from being a 10?
I think it's very it's simple, right? Like this Buck, he ruined it for me. It's simple, right? Like, all the tasks you're doing are very simple. It's not like a very grandiose thing that's going on. I mean, obviously the city
feels grandiose.
I mean, the city's crumbling, but what are you? The city's crumbling around you, but what are you doing? You're not evacuating like civilians or anything like that. You're kind of just sweeping up some messes here and there. Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the last minute checklist before you go on vacation. All right, turn the lights off.
Right. Take out the garbage.
Take pictures of the rooms just in case.
Unplug everything.
Oh my god, I unplug everything when I go on. Trent's like, why are you unplugging everything? I'm like, everything must be unplugged.
What if a fire starts?
What if I live in Florida? What if lightning strikes my house and fries all my electronics? Come on.
That's it.
Or the Covenant shop and just glass everything.
I know. I mean, I want my electronics to be unplugged. It's very important. I don't want them fused with the sockets.
So you're saying that it's simple.
It is. It's very simple. When it comes to.
It's true.
I mean, the level design itself is very simple. It's obviously very different than what we've played before, which makes this very iconic and stand out. But it is very simple. You're not like running out of destroyed buildings or anything like that. You're in completely intact buildings. You're walking in. You're destroying all the Covenant. You're killing the jammer, and then you're walking out. And that's what you do 3 times. And then you have these other missions kind of sprinkled in where you just like shoot banshees or something like that. And while it's very immersive and it's very cool and I really like it, it's not like to the scale of some of the other Halo missions that we've given a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And maybe it has something to do with that you're kind of in it. It's like Coastal Highway, where I said you're on a highway. It's not like it's like beautiful. It's a highway. So with a city, it's a city. You know, there's tall buildings. I mean, the buildings look great, and I think they do a good job of selling what they're selling. But they are just building A, building B, building, you know, so on and etc. Is that they're just a bunch of buildings.
I mean,
there's no like second half of this mission, which maybe it's holding it back. You know, a lot of the missions that are big that we've given higher scores to, they have like an initial thing. So like if this mission were to be, if we would consider it to be a 10, it'd be like you have the Falcon stuff, you fly around, do other stuff, and then there's like another section of the mission, right, that we still have to do, and something that maybe we have to destroy, or some like mini boss fight or something else. Like it doesn't have that part B to the mission. You know, it's like little AB.
It has like the calm before the storm, but the storm comes and it's just a cutscene.
Yeah.
Because like you see the glassing in the background, you see stuff crumbling, but you never get to actually experience it. You're very safe through this entire mission. You're fighting some Covenant, but you've been doing that the entire game. But, you know, the big thing that happens is the building you're in collapses, but you don't get to experience that. You have, like, a cutscene where you see the building get glassed and blown out, and then there's another cutscene where you're on the ground, and you don't even really get to go out on the ground.
That though, might play into the shock of losing Kat, though, because, like you said, in this mission, you feel very safe, very routine, and then boom, Kat drops.
Yeah.
So like that's something that they may have been playing with. But I think you're right, Colin. I think it would have been nice to have like a part B to this mission where maybe you're fighting along all of the Noble team members as you're like, just getting out of the building or something like that. And, you know, maybe like a little bit more of a firefight scenario where like hold this until something, I don't know. But it would have been neat if you could have added that little addition, just so you could have fought with Kat one last time instead of just hearing her yammer at you on the radio.
That's a good point. So are we at a 9 or are we at an 8?
I would say 8. I don't know about you, Matt.
Nah, I could go for an 8. Yeah, I don't think this mission has a perfect. I mean, I think the level design sells what it's supposed to sell, but like I said, yeah, I don't think it doesn't necessarily, like, I think you could add more to make it better. So yeah, 8's fine with me.
I mean, it's gorgeous though. Like
it is gorgeous, but the level itself doesn't have enough oomph, you know?
Okay. All right. 8 for level design. Challenge wise, I feel like this might be on the low side. Where do you start on this one, Krysta, for challenge?
Okay, so we did play this on Heroic, but let me say, on Legendary, just getting from place to place is very difficult, because those Banshees will just, like, murder you out of the sky. Like, that's a very challenging part of this that we didn't really get to see, because 1, we knew exactly where we were going, so it limited our flight time, and 2, it was on Heroic, which is a little easier. You don't, like, immediately get downed by a Banshee.
Sure.
And then, of course, once you're in the rooms, you know, they throw a bunch of elites at you. We obviously did the easy way for Telecom Tower, so we didn't get to experience, like, the 4 hunters that come at you and, you know, some of that other stuff. I think the challenge is quite good. I would say, like, maybe an 8. 8 or a 9. You know, it's challenging where it needs to be, but also it can be a bit forgiving because you are, you know, in flight half of the time. You're trying to figure out where you're going. You're disoriented. So they do help you that way. But I think all of the individual encounters that you do in those 3 main buildings are fair challenges if you don't know what you're doing, or you've never done it before, or you're new, or you don't have every single, you know, enemy memorized where they're going to be.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this continues my comments about Reach, where I feel like the scaling's pretty good. So I never feel like it's a cakewalk, and I never feel like I can just goof off. So I think for me, it hits that it's challenging but not frustrating niche. So I think, and that's for all Reach, where like I feel like I can still get taken out, but I could also still have a good time. So,
but I feel like that's holding this one back a little bit, right? Like, yeah, I feel like there should be a couple more frustration points, but maybe there are in the higher levels, or if you like the dance club that we kind of skipped, maybe that would have been a point that scaled it up enough. Maybe
we should have had a scarab in this mission, just, you know, like climbing on the buildings.
Right. Well, I mean, also that bugger room in Reflection, the multiplayer map, that can be a tough room to navigate out of if you don't know the exact way as well. Yep. And there's like, I got out of there very, very quickly. But if you stay a couple more seconds, the room is actually like completely swarmed by buggers. And it gets
I've gotten lost in there a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
The layout's very the same.
It's difficult, but I've played it a million times, so it's not difficult for me. But for a player who isn't as familiar, it's tough, and all these buggers are coming out of the vents at you, and you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you at, Matt, on challenge?
I think that bugger point is actually a pretty good point to tell you that it's like, because I find buggers extremely frustrating to fight anyway. I could go 8 or 9.
I think an 8. I don't think it's quite a 9 on challenge. I think an 8.
I mean, Krysta, I consider you our Reach expert.
Yeah, I know. I've played it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
you've reached that point.
Nice.
This isn't a mission I load up on Legendary and I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be such a slog. I hate this mission. It's going to take forever. This is a mission I load up and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is going to take me. Yep. It's going to take me 30, 45 minutes.
That should be a good thing, right?
It's a good thing and a bad thing. You know, you want a proper challenge on Legendary solo, obviously, but this one gives you a solid 8 where, like, if you know what to do, it's easy, but if you don't know what to do, it's quite difficult. Like, the first time going through this is tough, especially on Legendary.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Reach on a whole. It's that right there. Yeah.
Okay. So 8 zone?
Yeah.
8.
All right, we're in the 8 zone. Now storytelling. And this is where a lot of the stuff kind of mashes together like before, because there's story being told with the skybox and the just kind of everything that's going on, and the individual missions are I guess maybe they're not that great. It has the nice long cutscene with some emotional weight, I feel like, at the end. Matt, take us through storytelling on this one.
Yeah, I think the story here is actually great. Not like earth-shattering elements, but like I said, I do love that conversation that they have while they're waiting about George. You know, I love that even, you know, Emil is poking fun at him even from the grave. You know, I think that's good. I think it's nice that you have this kind of like mournful thing of they just lost George. I think that adds to it. Like I said, it's not like earth-shattering, but I do like the comments that Kat was talking about. Like, I want to know if we've lost. And they're asking questions like, why are they, you know, rerouting Spartan fire teams or on, you know, defenses and stuff like that. So that it certainly shows you that they don't know everything. I don't think the thing about Reach's story is it's not super complex. You know, if like from A to B point is Covenant come, they lose. So it's just kind of like a slow thing. It's not like.
Well, this game tries to add complexity, not necessarily this mission.
Yeah, but I don't know if they succeed as well as they think, but like it's certainly not as a complex game as like Halo 4's story or even I mean like Halo 2's story is complex.
That's what makes it so
it has such exactly. It has such weight, it has depth, but here I think the story is a little more personal, maybe a little more like ODST.
Yeah, it definitely
where you're focusing on the Spartans a little more. And the world's kind of caving in around them. So like I like the story. I mean, I'd probably land at an 8 just because of that conversation that they had at the end.
Yeah.
Krysta?
I think an 8 too. I think both of the cutscenes before and after this mission are probably really solid. I mean, they're talking about losing a teammate right off the bat. Noble Six comes back. They immediately have to get to work. They have a longer conversation about George, and then immediately after they lose Kat. So I think this mission's very impactful to the overall story, just because you do lose a major city in Reach. I mean, the Covenant has become gun glassing the planet, which is the end phase. Like any Covenant invasion, that's the all is lost phase. Once they start glassing, like, what are you supposed to do? You know, it's pretty much over for the invasion. So now all of a sudden, so very quickly too. I mean, it's only been 2 missions since the Covenant, the entire fleet has shown up. That quickly, we've completely lost Reach, and now it's like. It's a torch and you're doing the torch and burn next. I mean, it's just the end game now.
Yeah.
And this mission kind of starts solidifying that. Exodus does a little bit, but this is where reality really sets in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Paul.
And I think it ends with a strong emotional punch with killing Kat. I think that's a huge punch for the story of like, oh wow. Like I said, I don't know if it was on the call, but I said I didn't expect them to kill Kat second. Like, I would have thought any of the other ones before Kat. Like, I thought she would have been one of the last ones to go. And so, at that point, you're like, oh, shoot.
She got a lot of development, didn't she? I mean...
She did. I feel like she got... I feel like George got the most.
Yeah.
And Emil probably got the least, right?
Yeah. Well, I kind of like that way, though, because I like Emil being a little more mysterious. Yeah. Like, Emil's my favorite Noble Team character, just because he's cool.
Well, also, I feel like Kat was almost too smart to be in the latter half of the game. Because Kat's kind of a genius. She's extremely smart. She's very good with military tactics, communications, all that kind of stuff. And I think they kind of had to get rid of her because she might have been Kat was keeping the team together in a lot of ways, I feel. So I think they had to get rid of her because after this, the team doesn't fall apart, but it's definitely not as strong. I feel if you lost one of the more brute strength guys, like maybe I know you said you liked Emil, but I mean if you lost Emil or Carter, I feel like maybe not Carter, but I feel
June,
June, if you lost June or Emil, I think the team would have been still pretty much close to functional. And I think you lose Kat, and she's the intel specialist. I mean, you lose one of your most important members.
Well, I also think your point is super super valid, because Kat would have the dynamic of how if she made it to where Halsey was, the dynamic of that conversation would have shifted.
Yeah.
Like these guys come in and they're just like, take this, and okay, but Kat would have been like, well, what's this? What's this? And then she just would have been started downloading
the right
stuff.
Plan. Yeah. I mean, Carter does a little bit of that the first encounter, but yeah.
But Carter also
they don't ask questions.
Kat was obviously Carter's second, so she was the one who challenged him on his decisions.
Right.
You lose the person that's able to challenge the leader on decisions, it breaks up the team, because now the leader can just whatever he says goes at this point.
Right.
And George was third, wasn't it? Wasn't he?
Yes.
Is George third? Yeah, so you lost your second and your third, so the top 3 ranking members of the team are gone. Well, one of them remains.
Top 2.
Yeah, top 2. Yeah. So.
Well, you could tell that Carter and the way Noble Team functioned was George was the heart, Carter and Kat was the brains, and they kind of both impacted Carter in different ways. Like you especially see it in that cutscene with when George is talking to the lady they found on one of the first missions, and that influences Carter, and then she talks to Carter, and that influences on what he does with winter contingency and all sorts of stuff. So I think it pieces of the puzzle as they start unraveling, the team starts, you kind of see it, and I think that's shocking to me, was that they killed Kat, just on a normal story basis. It's just it threw me for it would be like killing.
Well, that makes a good story though when something happens that you don't expect it.
I fully agree.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a shock the way that it was done, but
well, and it was so quick too. It was like
Yeah.
they were running, they were ready to go, and then boom, one of the team members gone.
Right, just gone.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that adds to it too. Yeah, that's huge.
So, are we bumping? We're still in 8 zone based off of that conversation, or are we? I mean, we were talking more about Reach as a whole, so I think for this mission specific, let's stick with that 8. Okay. So, all right, we have a final score. We give gameplay 9. We gave level design an 8. We gave challenge an 8. We gave storytelling an 8. So we had a final score of 8.25 for New Alexandria.
I think that's very fair for New Alexandria. What did we give Long Night of Solace?
Long Night got a 9.5.
And then Exodus got a 7.75.
7.75.
I think that's a fair way to rank all those three.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's a really good score. Yeah, I would have been totally on board with that on Exodus.
Yeah.
We're getting close. We got 3 left on the list.
Wow.
We're on to Halo 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to see.
You're gonna have to relearn all the control.
That's right. You can sprint now. It's gonna be exciting.
Cool. Halo 4 messes me up because it's so similar to Halo 5 that I'm trying to do the Halo 5 stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, why can't I thrust? What's going on?
I want a ground pound. Come on.
I moved. Yep.
All right.
I can't believe it. On to Halo 4.
On to Halo 4. That'll do it for our coverage of New Alexandria from Halo Reach. In the next episode, we'll be covering Infinity from Halo 4.
Ooh.
Don't forget to post a comment, like, or subscribe. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, evolve.
Evolved.
Evolved.
Podcast Evolved, your home for Halo.